Not only is Charleston full of history and charm, there is truly a story to be told in every nook and cranny of the city. Even as a native, I still feel like there's things that I haven't fully explored or seen or even just learned about. But today we are going to be talking about 10 mind-blowing facts about Charleston that I bet you didn't know. And if you are looking to move here to Charleston, whether it's in 8 days or 80 days, I'm your girl, I'm Makayla, your native Charleston realtor, and I would love nothing more than to help you make a smooth move to the low country. So with that being said, let's dive into some of these really juicy 10 facts. Charleston is home to America's oldest museum. So the Charleston Museum was founded in 1773 by the Charleston Library Society. It was actually founded on the eve of the American Revolution, which I found very interesting. They have extensive collections of artifacts, including the Low Country's prehistoric and colonial past, decorative arts, natural history, the Civil War. I mean, it truly covers so much. They even have an interactive exhibit for the kids. So it definitely is a place I would suggest visiting, whether you are living here or even just visiting. Charleston is also home to America's oldest theater, the Dock Street Theater. It originally opened in 1736 and was the first building opened for the purpose of theatrical performances. It's located in the French Quarter district, and the original building was actually destroyed in a fire in 1740. But in 1809, Alexander Calder and his wife actually renovated what was left of this building that had burned down and turned it into the Planters Hotel. And this is because a lot of the planters used to come to Charleston and stay during the horse races. In 1835, this is whenever they would add the cast iron balcony and the sandstone columns. This is also whenever the infamous Charleston drink Planters Punch was integrated and was served at this hotel. The building eventually fell into disrepair, and in the 1930s it was renovated again and became a part of the Federal Theater Project. And today you can still go see performances at this theater. It is really beautiful. They've done a really great job at keeping it restored and preserving the history of it. And there are some really cool, interesting facts about the Dock Street Theater. One being that John Wilkes Booth's father frequented this hotel theater quite a bit. He was a famous actor himself, believe it or not, and he actually one night got into a very bad fight with one of the managers at this hotel and actually almost ended up killing him. So it's said that his ghost is still there, seeing the actors, watching performances. It is said that he has been spotted up in the rafters watching rehearsals and other performances. So if you love paranormal activity or ghosts, that's a little tidbit for the Dock Street Theater. Charleston has their own distinctive architectural style, and this is called the Charleston Single. These houses are typically one room wide, and the side of the home faces the street. And then there is a long porch on the side of the house called a piazza, and there is a privacy door to this porch. And it was said that a lot of the people, if they had their door open, then you are welcome to go and visit. I'm sorry, my cat's drinking water. You probably can hear her. It said that if this door was open, you could go in and visit the neighbors, and they were welcoming in guests. But if that door was shut, then they were wanting to just stay private. This was also a very effective architectural style during the summer because it helped to catch a really cool breeze to help during those summer months. Charleston is also home to the only tea plantation in North America, and it's located on Wadmalaw Island. The Charleston Tea Garden spans 127 acres, and you're able to go tour this plantation and just see exactly how the tea is made and grown. You can take a trolley tour of the tea fields. You can explore the factory and learn more about the production process, and also enjoy a little cup of tea yourself. They usually celebrate their first harvest of the year with the First Flush Festival, so you can go and enjoy food, fresh tea, drinks, music, and it's just a really fun time and just such a beautiful place to visit. Now, if you know anything about Charleston, you do know we have our own pirate history. So Blackbeard actually did pay a visit to Charleston way back in the day. In 1718, Blackbeard made his way to the Charleston harbor. He ended up holding a lot of our ships hostage and was demanding that the city give him a chest of medicine. Now, his crew was very sick, and he knew that he needed to have this medicine medicine to get them better, and if he got this medicine, he would lift the blockade. So our governor at the time, Robert Johnson, ended up delivering a 400-pound chest of medicine to Blackbeard, and he obliged to his word and lifted the blockade and went about his way. Something else I bet you didn't know about Charleston is that we actually played a very small but significant role in the moon landing. The Charleston Naval Shipyard was involved in the construction and the maintenance of the ships that would go out and retrieve the astronauts and the spacecraft from the ocean after their mission. Charleston has earned its spot on the National Register of Historic Places, with our historic district spanning 5.6 square miles and over 2,800 historic buildings. There are so many architectural styles within this historic district, which is really cool to see. You have Georgian, Greek Revival, Colonial, Victorian. I mean, the list literally goes on. So that's just one reason it's kind of cool to go downtown into this historic district, because you can see so many different styles, and I really feel like that's what separates Charleston from so many other places. And with our walking tours and the carriage tours, it's a way to really embody what Charleston was back then, and is an amazing way to truly explore the city. Charleston is also home to the first public college in North America. College of Charleston was opened in 1770 and was chartered in 1785, and it holds the title for the oldest municipal college in the United States. Its founders actually included 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence and 3 future signers of the U.S. Constitution. The college's campus is truly picturesque and has won awards for being one of the most beautiful campuses in the United States by Travel and Leisure and also Microsoft News. Charleston also had its own little rebellious era called the Little Chicago era during the Prohibition. Charleston earned the name Little Chicago due to all the illegal activities that were going on here between bootlegging and the speakeasies. The reason for this is because the city's ports made it a prime spot for smuggling in alcohol, and we had a very lively nightlife, so you just combine those two together and you got a Little Chicago basically. And there's actually the oldest liquor store in America on I believe it's Broad Street, but it's called the Tavern. And if you walk into this tiny little liquor store and go into their storage room, there's a trap door on the floor, and this is one of the ways that they smuggled the alcohol to the speakeasies during the Prohibition through the tunnels that run under the city. So just another little fun fact, and if you have time to check out that oldest liquor store, I would definitely recommend just going in there, even if you don't drink. I personally don't drink, but I just appreciate the history, and it's just very cool to walk in there and see something that is so old and played such a big role in the city, especially during the Prohibition era. It's really interesting. On August 31st, 1886, Charleston experienced one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded on the eastern seaboard. It was a 7.3 magnitude earthquake, and it completely demolished our city. This earthquake still is recorded as one of the largest earthquakes on the eastern seaboard, with its tremor spanning 2.5 million square miles. So this was felt from New York to Cuba and to Bermuda to the Mississippi River. This was a massive event. Even the tremors caused severe structural damage to over 2,000 buildings. So after this, you see a lot more earthquake bolts within the structures of the buildings downtown. So what this is a plate on the outside of the home that's connected to a rod that runs through the inside of the building, and it bolts to the timber frame on the interior. So it's going to keep that structure a lot more supported. So if anything like this were to ever happen again, we are much more prepared. And this also helps too with any hurricanes that may ever come through, just to make sure our buildings and our structures are as durable as they possibly can be. All right, you guys, so those were 10 facts I bet you didn't know about Charleston, and if you did, maybe you learned a little extra detail about whatever it was you already knew. If there is any facts I did not mention, please comment them down below, and if you found any interesting, let me know as well, because I'm very curious. But thank you so much for watching, and again, if you are either thinking about moving to Charleston, are moving to Charleston, are currently in Charleston, want to move, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you out. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.